Cafe between 3 and 5 today. When you hear the word Glock and your name goes in, the great golf giveaway, Hisners, clubs, June 28th at Golf, etc. with KFYR 550. Speaking of guns in the 701 is next.
More than a baked potato. It's a baked potato with toppings. Check the selection at Scotty's, 21st and Broadway.
Mitchell in the morning, powered by SchwannBuickGMC.com, your exclusive South Central and Western North Dakota Buick dealer.
This is a note to someone I love. You know who you are. What you might not know is how much you mean to this world, how much your relatives love you, and how we're here to support you no matter what. I know I might not check in enough, but I care, and I'm here now. So how are you doing? Really?
A small note can make a big impact. Reach out to the people in your life and learn how to start the conversation at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Hurry into Capital RV Spring Open House and Customer Appreciation Sale April 8th through 20th for preseason savings on all 2024 RVs. Plus, enjoy barbecue lunch on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit Capital RV today. Price based on stock number 92386 and 91630. Subject to availability. Does not include tax, title, and fees with approved credit.
In the market for a new RV? Look at the Jayco lineup of RVs at Corral Sales in Mandan. The Jayco brand blew away the competition when rated by RV dealers in a 2024 RV Pro magazine survey. Dealers were asked what OEM has the best warranty. Jayco. Best quality? Jayco. Best resale? Jayco. Best parts availability? Jayco. Best PDI? Jayco. The results weren't even close, so stop by our huge indoor showroom and see the new Jayco RV lineup exclusively at Corral Sales in Mandan and see how we can make you a happy camper. Corral Sales, South Mandan.
842 at KFYR 550, the legendary voice of the Northern Plains, 99.7 in Bismarck, and the free iHeart app all over the fruited plain. Guns and the 701. How are you guys?
Doing good. How you doing, Todd?
Hey, it's woohoo Friday.
The weekend's here, isn't it?
Some of us work 7 days a week anyway, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference. But there's just that feeling with Friday that just makes it feel, that the adrenaline's flowing faster.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I caught your word of the day there. I thought that was perfect.
I knew you'd like that one. So Tulsi Gabbard's kind of had a little swing of the mind there. What's going on?
Yeah, she seems to have had a change of heart. I'm hoping that it's genuine. I mean, you always got to be a little skeptical, as anybody might be. But, yeah, and she had an interview with Donald Trump Jr., which was kind of funny on his show, Triggered, which it probably triggered a bunch of people to hear what she said because she come out. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine?
I get it. That's a great word for that. Triggered. Perfect, I get it. Right?
Can you imagine one of your Democrat presidential candidates from 2020 coming out against basically everything she was campaigning against? She said that she was essentially on the campaign trail, and in a nutshell, she had a change of heart. She was listening to what the people were saying, and, her stance was, common sense gun safety laws. It sounded good. It's really kind of a nice idea, right? Well, she got out there and decided, you know what? I think that the main point now is that the Democrats really want to take away your Second Amendment. She came out and said that, and it really got some Democrats and liberals upset. And I'll throw this to Jamie now and let him put his 2 cents in.
Yeah. I actually listened to it a few times, and she's saying things here, Todd, that if somebody's going to switch parties, they don't say something like this because the reason you're not going back after you say the things you said about the Democrats and their beliefs on guns that they're ever taking you back. She said the real objective is trying to get rid of the Second Amendment and take away your right to own firearms. And, the founders intended the Second Amendment to be a check on the abuse of power by a tyrannical government. You never hear Democrats say that. She says something like that, Todd. That definitely, in my mind, tells me that she has realized what the true meaning of the Second Amendment is. And she went on to talk about how the Democrats are weaponizing, the DOJ, the NSA, and they have no problem sticking the FBI or other law enforcement agencies against citizens who exercise their free speech or come out in full support of our Second Amendment rights, which they do. I mean, the FBI is going to visit people's houses now. It's like Rush said that, they always call Trump a dictator, but like Rush Limbaugh said, they're already doing what they're accusing you of, and that's exactly what they are. And she also mentioned, Todd, she grew up in Hawaii, never did anything but shoot a handgun a couple times, and it's one of the most gun-restrictive states in the Union. And even when she was in the military, it was really structured how many rounds you used. She wasn't a gun person, just like Donald Trump when he ran. If you remember, Todd, DJT supported assault weapons bans and licensing of your firearm ownership. And people didn't believe Trump. They thought he was a phony too. And guess what? He did a couple things wrong, but for the most part, Donald Trump was one of the most pro-gun presidents we had. So I'm definitely going to take her at her word on this. I always thought she was a common-sense Democrat before when I listened to her. And when she ran for president and tried to in 2020 to get the nomination, she was out of place on the stage with the rest of these weirdos. So I think she's going to be good. And if, guess what, a lot of Trump people don't trust her. Guess what, guys? I think he's going to pick her. So you better get ready to swallow it, and she's going to prove you wrong. This is my prediction.
That would be interesting. That'd be fascinating. She's never really exactly been an AOC left kind of person, anyway. I'm sure hardcore Democrats are going, she's barely been one of us all this time in the first place. But.
Oh, they hate her. They hate her, Todd. They hate her almost like they hate Donald Trump.
Oh, that might be a stretch there. I don't know that you can find anything a good party loyal Democrat is going to hate more than Donald Trump, but
I said almost.
Almost. There you go. Guns to the 701.
I'll throw this in here, guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Donald Trump. I absolutely did not support him at first in the primary in 2016 because of his gun stances, but it goes to prove that, I was wrong and several of us were. So I would give her a chance. I know there's a lot of people out there saying Donald Trump was an anti-gunner because of past and previous actions. We definitely got people, especially in the Bismarck area, that believe that just because it's the past, you still blame him. He proved himself that he is not one of those kind of people, and I agree with James, he's probably one of the most pro-Second Amendment guys we've seen. You could see this out of Tulsi, possibly.
By the way, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has come out to say that he regrets endorsing Biden in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
So, how's that? What if he were to be the vice president and then suddenly the Republican president in 2028? Because, that's whoever the vice president's going to be under Donald Trump is going to be the president in training for 4 years.
Oh, man, Todd, I hate to do it.
Yes. We can see a cage
Todd,
match
I hate
between
to
the
say
VP
it, but
the Democrat side.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking, Todd?
The Rock for president, and Arnold Schwarzenegger for vice president, or something like that.
Right? Wasn't that his thing? Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? He's cooking up a presidential run.
Well, hey, if he's going to come out and say, I really regret endorsing Biden, then I guess it's time to pay attention and go, all right, so where are you now? I think plenty of people have kind of swung around from what they'd been saying. Like you say with Donald Trump and the Second Amendment. Sometimes time goes on and you realize, wait a minute, I was kind of wrong on this. I was listening to some bad advice or whatever it was, but,
Well, he didn't grow up a gun guy. A lot of people don't grow up gun people, and they think an assault weapons ban is common sense. Like Gabbard said, she wasn't a gun person. Yep. Don Jr. and Eric Trump are big gun guys, and the longer Trump's been in office, the more he's realized what the Second Amendment is about as well. How can't you when you got people attacking you and calling you names all the time? They push Trump farther right than he ever was. Which, hey, thanks, Democrats. I appreciate that.
Guns of the 701 here at KFYR 849. CWD test results from Game and Fish. What happened?
Well, I'm kind of with Daryl on this. He had this on his show when he was on in the morning, but they come out and they said that they had 11 deer tested positive in 2023. So I was looking for the 2023 results as far as deer harvested. Ironically, they're not on the website at all. that I could find on Game and Fish Mismanagement site. So I went with the 2022 results. There was about 25,100 right in there that were harvested in 2022, according to the survey results. That's about 5% or less if you go on that number. So we're having a big issue about 5% of the deer population. Big deal, right? And I guess one good thing out of this, that did come from the units that already supposedly contain it, which is 3A1, 3A2, 3E1, 3E2, and then, of course, where I'm at, 3F2. And I listen to this, and remember the month that's been thrown at this. And let's remember, it's deer harvested. It's not deer died with it. They took this from deer that were harvested in the season by a hunter. Otherwise, they wouldn't even know about it. You'll maybe get one or two in these units. If that, most of the time it's zero when I go back and look at previous numbers, and you don't find any that were just found dead that they tested or it was reported that had CWD. So remember, this is out of harvested deer. That's the only way they even know about it. It's funny to me that we have more deer die of EHD than we do CWD, and we do nothing for EHD. So what do you say, Jamie?
Oh, I mean, there's been a baiting ban in 3F2 for how many years, Clay? 10, 15?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, ever since I've been here.
Well, how the heck are they even finding positive cases of it then? It should be eradicated because the baiting ban is what's causing the spread, right? According to them.
Keep telling us when you go to their public input meetings, like up in Elgin, and you ask the guy, and then he has a perplexed look because he doesn't know how to answer that.
Well, and if it's down in 3F2 where you're at, Clay, what I want you to do is fence in your hay real good because I don't want you spreading that around down there and them deer get in there and eat your hay and kiss each other.
Wait a minute, is deer are kissing each other? What the heck? What do you dress them up in pink?
They do things
French
different on the
deer,
res down
kiss
here.
each other.
Put little pink underwear on them, and they all. Don't even start me down there.
Oh,
What the heck? Don't start me down that road. Oh, my
Todd, I see
God.
another T-shirt for you, Todd. Tough enough to wear pink deer season.
Well, that's true. When we get to breast cancer awareness time and everybody starts wearing pink, there you go.
I like that.
That's all right. All right. I'm in on that one. Guns of the 701, 8:40-ish or so on Fridays until the Twins are done, and then we move back to 8:15. Sorry to, Chris Atterbury wanted your time. They realized what valuable time it was, so Chris Atterbury grabbed it. So, but
well, yeah, hey,
you got to share.
Fans, I hope you guys don't make the playoffs.
Just remember, guys, you got to share the beach with everybody else that comes to swim in the Mitchell in the morning sewer here. So,
Jamie, you got to plug 701 Nation for tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so tonight, Todd, 701 Nation live stream, 8 p.m. Central. I'm having my buddy Scott Bachmeyer on, everybody's buddy, your buddy, my buddy Clayton. Scott and I are gonna do our little fantasy. We're calling it the 701 rifle build. Like if you were just in North Dakota and you wanted one rifle for everything from coyotes to mule deer, we're gonna give everybody what each of our opinions of what the perfect rifle would be for that. Gonna try and keep it a little cost effective, and I'm sure we'll talk about some other stuff. And of course, you can watch that on our Facebook page, Rumble. You can watch it on X, and right after the show, Clay, right, we're going to get it done so you can watch it on 701 Nation on YouTube as well.
Yep, that's the plan. We're going to get that done. And, of course, don't forget to go to the website, gunsonthe701.com. You can find us every Friday right here on 550 with Todd Mitchell, best podcast in North Dakota, right?
Hey, there you go. Dexter says deer also dance, by the way, so you can work that into your T-shirt plans. Deer and pink dancing. That's going to be an interesting logo. I can't wait to see it. But Guns of the 701, Fridays, 8:40 here on KFYR. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
You too, Todd.
Alrighty. Take care. 8:55.